Good morning, Joe. Thank you very much. Good to have you join us this morning for what's happening outside Africa.
It's good. It's good to be here. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Olive. Good morning, Osauge. Well, I know
Morning,
we
Joe.
talked about wildfire, and then we talked about the NLC and, of course, the purported strike. But now let's talk about monkeys as we leave the African continent and go over to Asia. Well, wild monkeys have attacked dozens of residents of a city in southwestern Japan in recent weeks, with reports of the animals crawling through house windows and striking from behind as police step up an unsuccessful search for them. Now, since July 8, at least 45 people have been injured by Japanese macaques, also known as snow monkeys, in and around Yamaguchi City, according to Yoshitaka Morishige, an official from the Yamaguchi prefectural government's conservation department. Initially, officials reported that the attacks were the work of one. Yes, they said one rogue monkey. But authorities now say they cannot confirm if one or several of the animals were responsible. The number of confirmed attacks has more than doubled in less than a week. Victims range from toddlers to the elderly, one official, otherwise known as Morishige, said. Now, those attacked have been scratched on their hands and legs and beaten on their necks and stomachs, but have not reported any serious injuries, an official from the Yamaguchi City Hall said. So the police have come out to try to use different tactics. First of all, came out using the nets, trying to see if they can catch the monkeys. Now, this is one a serious story, I could say, because whenever they decide to go out en masse to ensure that they can catch these monkeys, they end up finding none. But as soon as the police officers leave, they get reports that these monkeys are indeed everywhere, biting children, scratching them on the back. I mean, I can't imagine Olive and Osage in the studio and all of a sudden there's a monkey under your chair. I'm not saying there's any under your chair right now, but just imagine, and it's biting your legs and your toes, it biting in between, right through your socks and so on. But that's exactly what's going on. So everyone is worried right now in Japan. Now, one thing they've done as well is in schools, they've tried closing the windows, but these monkeys are very smart. They open the windows, swing in, and of course, give the kids a slap or a bite at their back before they go out. And this is causing a lot of chaos. Well, that's one story from outside Africa that everyone is talking about coming from that particular area in Japan. Now, let's move away from that one. Let me also bring you into another story this time. Now, more than 200 people have been killed in gang violence in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, in the space of 10 days, United Nations figures reveal. Almost half of those who died were residents without ties to the gangs, which are fighting for control of the Cité Soleil neighborhood, the UN says. Locals say they are running out of drinking water and food as deliveries have been halted amid the shootout. Now, one resident described his life as a cycle of fear, stress, and despair. Now, let me explain. Imagine you live in this city, and he went on to say that at times at night he cannot sleep because when he sleeps, all you hear is gunshots. And some of them have decided to use the gunshots as a lullaby to go to sleep and then wake up with the same noise, bangs of gunshots. Now, gang violence had already shot up since the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse by mercenaries a year ago, but it has reached shocking new levels since a battle erupted on 8th of July between two criminal alliances known as G9 and GPIP. The UN says that 209 people were killed between 8 and 17 July, of which 114 were gang members. A further 254 people have sustained gunshot wounds, more than half of them residents without links to the gangs. So put it in brackets, innocent ones definitely have been killed in line with this particular story. Now, the United Nations did indeed meet earlier on. I'm talking about last week, where they spoke clearly. The UN Security Council, they agreed to ask member states to ban the transfer of small arms to Haiti, rocked by deadly gang violence. And of course, they do have fuel scarcity as well. So there's economic downturn, there's fuel scarcity, which is indeed skyrocketed and causing a lot of problems. Food scarcity is also there, and then you have an increase in gang violence. Let's take a look at that video where the UN actually voted for this decision.
Members of the Council have before them document S/2022/560, the text of a draft resolution submitted by Mexico and the United States of America. I shall put the draft resolution to the vote now. Will those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document S/2022/560 please raise their hand? The result of the voting is as follows. The draft resolution received 15 votes in favor. The draft resolution has been adopted unanimously as Resolution 2645.
So that Caribbean island is indeed going through a difficult time, and there you saw the UN resolution alongside the United States of America and Mexico coming together to see how the possibilities can be indeed put forward to ensure that arms are no longer in circulation, especially in the Caribbean island, and ensuring that lives are indeed kept safe and people will no longer have to live in fear. But the worry is when will all of these stop? Well, take a look at the figures. It's quite high, 209 killed in just 10 days. It warrants a stepping in, and that's exactly what the United Nations is also heightening and talking about. Well, that's all of the stories I do have from outside Africa. To get some more, don't forget to join our news anchors at 1 p.m. where we'll be bringing to you more stories outside of the continent, and then you will get all the latest as well. Back to you, Olive and Osawage.
Really, really sad, and I'm just really thinking to myself, can Haiti catch a break? That country has been through so much. It's not been long, their president was assassinated. It's just so much that's going on in the country. Can they catch a break? And also, quick theory here.
Oh,
is it possible that the monkeys are fighting back because they have been discriminated against, by calling, some virus the monkeypox?
Monkeypox?
Yes.
No way.
Do you think that they're also fighting back?
Come on, Osawage, come on.
I'm just saying. Because I would like to hear from the monkeys. I want to know what they feel.
Today is Wednesday.
You want to hear from the monkeys?
Yeah, I like to hear from them. Some of those ones.
I'm sure we do have like strong monkeys, kind monkeys, fine monkeys.
Well, we do have someone who is called Fine Monkey,
these particular
who is a very well-known
He's their spokesperson.
entertainer. We probably have Fine Monkey joining us on the show to speak on behalf of the monkeys.
But these species of monkeys are known to be very smart, quick, mischievous. Yeah, they're very mischievous. I mean, if you take a look at this story, there are parts in the story where a Japanese said his window to his kitchen was left open and they swung in, came in, took a few, bites here and there. They don't take all the food, funny enough. They just took a little bite here and there and still gave him a good slap before they left.
They're definitely fighting back.
This definitely reminds me of the monkeys here in Lagos, Nigeria, Lekki Conservation Center. We had people who were complaining that monkeys were swinging into their kitchen, eating their food, and they had to do videos and post on social media. But we must not ignore the fact that this can actually be a menace. A few days ago, I saw a story of a couple who were mourning the loss of their child because they were attacked by monkeys, and they ran, and in the course of running, the baby fell from the father's hand, and the monkeys picked up the baby and threw the baby down. This was a baby that was a few months old, and the baby died, of course, on the spot.
That's a sad story as well.
It's just a very sad one
It's
there.
really sad.
Very sad.
Anyway, thanks a lot, Joe. We will bring in, spokespersons for the monkeys, to hear if they have been discriminated against.
I wish you all the best in finding one.
Absolutely. And they're teaching the chickens how to do it. The chickens have been quiet all this while, while chicken pox was
Wow, Osawage, that's enough dry jokes for one whole month because there's Dry Jokes Wednesday. Thank you, Joe. Let's go have a look at what's still to come this morning on Breakfast Central. And I promise you there's no more conversations on monkeypox and chickens.